right, good morning everybody and welcome to the Northwest WNL Tier 1 Regionals, Day 2 of our Tier 1. We are getting started here with the Preteen male group and we are going to have Jeremiah start us off. On that spinner there, trying to make sure he's landing on the landing. Not much pause, if any, between obstacles. There's a little bit of a save on the ring. Get a second hand on there for some extra security. Right through. He's making it happen. You'll notice this big step. TikTok, the athlete must go over the green blocks. There's a T-bar there. You can help them. Oh, he knocked the blocks. It's all right. That was a great try. A clean run just right into the end there. Great job, Kyler.
Nice work. Great making that.
On those blocks there at the end. So
do you need another?
Them, but if they get knocked over, then they lose.
Well, because.
As far as the area for Traverse Fitness. This morning we have
Alright, Nathan, you ready? Okay. Preteen male division. Nice job, Nathan. All athletes in this division run the speed course. Try their hand at the challenge course. The speed course is quite quick if you notice the time in the left-hand corner of your screen. 46
Life Force Ninja athlete Jacob on the start. He's going to take an extra step. Lined up. He's there. Good throw.
Yes.
Got it. Skate off. Really strong on the ring swing. Excellent. Mile over. That was amazing to see. Has been out of the gym in the last week, but was really looking locked in. Nice jump to the TikTok. Huge. Let's see if he can underbar this T-bar. He can do it! Oh my gosh, he's allowed to touch the block.
Oh, you're
Just
so
timed out a
close.
little bit late.
Yeah, you should. You had that.
Underbar on that last obstacle from the TikTok to the T-bar, and that's when the athlete sends their feet through first. And we will definitely be seeing some of that as we get along with our athletes here.
Step on the tops.
Skyhook athlete on the start block, Will.
Hey, Will, you ready?
Some support from Coach Gavin there on the sideline.
Hop on up. Keep rolling.
Oh, yeah, you.
Nice job, Will.
Man, it was just a signal that wasn't switching to that camera. Yep, all good.
We got hands on all these blocks.
Hands, feet are fine on all the wedges. All right, you're on in 3.
Looking strong here on the rings. Nice slide down, good set with the legs. And he is moving through the end of this course here. Oh, nice try, Devin. Great job. We have Shelton Wright on the start block.
All right, you're on in 3.
One of our athletes here at Life Force Ninja has been training with us for a little while here.
Nice.
Speed.
Big jump.
Precision and obstacles.
Good. Yeah, that was it. Good. Big leap.
Popping up on the platforms. Let's see a little handshake there. Get himself ready for this next obstacle. Nice. Throw to the block. And I just want to make sure he's lined up. He's got just about 10 seconds. He's going to need to cut through this. Let's make it to the buzzer.
There you go.
Oh, yes! 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 Our first
Let's go.
player of the day.
That dash was
Nice job, Shelton. He is psyched about that. team member. Kier getting ready to start. How's Coach Keenan helping him out with some tips?
All right, Kier, you're on 3.
Kier's going to be looking to come out fast on this course. Bar. Feeling confident on those spinners.
There you go, Kier.
Here, go!
Really nice, confident jump across those platforms. Really fun to see. He is making great time here. He's got 20 seconds coming into this last run. He's taking that extra swing. Make sure he's amazing. Plenty of time to finish this. Looks like he was going for the bar and trying to use the
that was
block at the same
really
time,
good.
but not quite make the
Way to skip that bar, too.
Speedy on that one. Shout out to all of our crew members making this happen today, our staff and our volunteers. With Michael on the camera, my first coaching.
Ready to roll?
Yes.
Okay, you're on 3.
Patients are all set for Roy. First fitness in the Richmond, California area. It's looking smooth through this first part here. It was a quick match to that ring there. Oh, he was very close to something off the back of the wedge. Frustrating, but he's going to continue for fun here. Experience on the rest of his course. One of our athletes. That was excellent. He's lucky. He's lost it. He doesn't tip him over. That is okay. Nice job, Troy. Thrower. Challenge course. One of our athletes today. 2 courses for the WNO World. It's a fun format. They get to run speed. They get to run a challenge course. And then their placement will be based on some of their placements from each course. We have Wyatt getting ready to start here.
Alright, you're on 3.
Lands at Skyhook. Jam down. Tiger to range self-deployment. Nice looking smooth and light with those spinners.
Go, Wyatt!
These athletes are bringing their A game today. It is awesome to see. Lots of confidence out here. We can see that all of the training is coming into play. We got a big jump and amazing reflexes.
Roll out of the way there. Alright?
He's all right. With a bit of a hard hit to the back, but great run from Wyatt. He really went for it.
Brandon?
Wyatt in second.
Everything with confidence.
Here so far today on the speed course. left. He has 15 seconds. It's plenty. He just wants to make sure he's accurate as possible on this. I think he's our second full clear of the day. Nice job, Brandon. All right, I have been informed by a very helpful parent that our sound was off on our camera, so it was quite loud, but we should be all fixed now. Thank you very much. We have Harper sending it. Awesome. Team Skyhook looking so strong today. Nice slide. Wow, he's good. He can use that block. He just can't knock it over. He's made it to the buzzer! Nice job, Harper. That is our third full clear of the day. I'm sure we have some tight times here on our leaderboard. All right, that was very fast. That rocketed Harper into first place. We'll see if that holds. I'm sure we are going to see a few more full clears. All these athletes train hard. They're very focused. We have Miles coming up next. Very smooth. Lots of continuous motion. He's moving through from one obstacle to the next. He's not pausing. He's thinking about being fast here. Very nice. Big jump to the tick-tock. Taking that extra swing. We're seeing athletes here taking a moment to make sure they're ready for that. They are allowed to touch that green block stack. They can't knock it over, but they can't knock the buzzer over. That was an awesome full clear from Miles. Nice job, full clear. Next up, we have Tyler Bowers. Tyler on Team Warp Lollies. Coming out speedy here, hitting the disc just at the right angle on the side. This is a quick run from Tyler. And just popping right through, so dynamic on his movements. Let's see, does he go right away? He does, and he makes it to the buzzer. Awesome job, Tyler. Full clear. Let's take a look at the timing on that. That was 22 seconds even. We have a little more spread in the times than we saw between athletes yesterday, but we will see how this pattern changes as we get through our next handful of athletes. Actually, that is it for our preteen male. So that puts Tyler into first with 22 seconds, and we are starting with Trip for our adult male category. And he is off. Competed here at Life Force previously this season. Making sure he's got the distance, looking good. Nice and locked there, good throw, and he's getting ready for these strides. Stride and match across. Nice throw, he's got 10 seconds to finish this. He's making quick work of this course. He is able to use those blocks. He just can't knock them over. And he makes it to the buzzer! full clear and an awesome celebration from Trip. Nice job. You can tell he's pumped about that one. All right, we have our very own Paul Norris here. Trains out of Life Force and Momentum Movement Academy. Was a course designer for their Canadian National Finals they just had last weekend. Always brings a great attitude, has fun on the course. So excited to see Paul. That was a fantastic line into that spinner, and he's looking confident. He's got Coach Keenan giving him some tips, keeping him hyped. He's really wanting this stride, and he got it. He was doing some visualization techniques, thinking about how he wanted to do the obstacles, what it was going to feel like as he runs through this course, and he is on such a fantastic run. Nice jump to the TikTok. And he topples the blocks, but that's okay. He had such an awesome run. Nice job, Paul. That was so awesome. All right, next up we have Chase coming out of Skyhook in the Tigard, Portland, Oregon area. And he will be our last athlete for the adult male on the flow course. We will see all these athletes on the challenge course later. Chase getting ready to go. A little bounce back there from the wedge, but that's okay. Time and score has finished because we have our flow course rules, one and done for the speed course, but he is continuing the fun. He's getting some experience on these obstacles, getting warmed up for the challenge course. Nice. He's got Derek on his sideline, giving him some positivity, some tips as he goes. Ooh, that was a good fight on that ring. He's got a couple more seconds. See how much he can get through. A big jump to the TikTok. He's going to see if he can make it through that little window there over the green blocks using the T-bar. That was fantastic! Excellent last obstacle there and a nice run from Chase. Check in with the adult male leaderboard. We have Trip in first with a full clear and Paul right behind, followed by Chase. And we're going to get into our Masters male group here. Starting off with Dennis. Trains at Momentum Movement. His daughter Sada's in the elite category. We'll see her run later today. Dennis always bringing a great attitude to the course. Looks like he has a lot of fun out there. Nice ring swing. Excellent stride across. Oh, he was going straight for that ring slider. He was skipping a ring, trying to be quick, trying to make some big moves, putting it all out there. Nice run from Dennis. Awesome. So athletes are allowed to skip elements. They can only engage elements that are in play, and the ref goes over that in the walkthrough. They don't have to use all the elements. As long as they get from the start to the finish of the obstacle without using anything out of play, that's fine. They get some creativity in how they do that. And we are going to see a creative run from Jake, I'm sure. He's getting started, one of our own athletes here at Life Force Ninja. Has a climbing background, brings a lot of strength to Ninja. Excellent, confident on the jumps. He's going for the skip too. That was awesome. Big jump and grab, and he is going to go right away through the window. Oh, he hasn't knocked the blocks over. He's still good. And to the buzzer for full clear. Nice run from Jake.
We have a great group of masters here. We've got 4 more running today. Jason, Tristan, Derek, and Zach. Jason trains out of Northwest Ninja Park in the Springfield, Eugene, Oregon area. Has Coach Sloan helping him out today. His daughter competed yesterday. Nice. Lined up well on that spinner. Spinners can be deceiving. He's just got the edge of that block and is okay, and he's still moving. Nice stride across. Jump into the bar. He is choosing to use that ring there to get to the slider. That is smart. He's going back to the bar. He was a little offline. This is a tricky move here. Those rings are a bit offset. Nice. Oh, that was an incredible bounce to the landing, and he is still good here on a clean run. Making sure he's lined up. Got that point. Big jump to the tic-tac. He's off, but he's okay. He's good. That was a great roll. Nice run from Jason. Tristan is starting. Trains up at Momentum Movement Academy. Making his way through those spinners, doing what he needs to do. Excellent, very dynamic through here. Lots of power. Looking comfortable on that tic-tac. He's got a whopping 20 seconds left to finish this course. What incredible body control there. That wasn't a lot of space, and a sweet dive to the buzzer. Fantastic run. Tristan, awesome, full clear. Here we go with Derek. He is eyeing up this spinner here. Excellent. He's babying that ankle, right ankle there. Oh man. Choosing to take care of that ankle. That is a tough one, but he came out here. Came this weekend with a sprained ankle with the thought that he would do what he can do, but he's been on it the last day, walking around. His daughter competed yesterday, so we'll see if we see him at all for the challenge course. We hope he heals up quickly. Here we go, Zach. Trains with the Skyhook crew. Has his son competing today. Make it up here to Bellingham occasionally to do some weekend training, but trains out of Skyhook in the Portland area.
Yeah, big pullback there.
Going for the pullback on the rings. Looking solid around the corner. Taking that extra swing. He has the time to do it. He wants to be accurate. That extra swing is hard there. So much body control. Nice. Full clear. Makes the buzzer. Clean speed run. Nice job, Zach. Zach was our last runner for the flow course this morning in our current wave. We will be seeing the preteen, adult, and masters male divisions on the challenge course shortly. Give us a few moments to get set up here, and we will be back with some more action for you. All right, we are ready to start our challenge course runs. We have Jeremiah starting us off for challenge course. We have the same run order for all athletes, same as the speed course. And he is off on our first obstacle, the Life Force staple. We certainly love our skateboards here. Nice push into the teeter-totter, and looking confident through the rest of those strides. Looks like he is very comfortable on those spinning doors and into one of our more dynamic obstacles today. Oh no, they swing. You'll notice they also spin. Usually they only spin, but we have them rigged up so that they swing and spin today, just for a little extra discombobulation. So he's trying to figure out the stops. You'll notice there's a stop on each side. He's figuring out where he wants to stop that barrel so that he can get the jump to the trapeze. He was so close. If you are not familiar with the challenge course format, this is the format we have for this longer course. What it is that athletes have a mandatory retry. If they fail an obstacle, they must try it again. You can see that little number 4 at the top of the screen under the timer shows that he's on obstacle 4, and yellow means he is using his retry. If athletes get the point on their retry, they complete it, they get the point. Unfortunately, if they don't get it on the retry, it is a fail on that obstacle and their time and score is over. But the good news is that Jeremiah has just over 2 minutes to finish the course, try as many obstacles as he can. He is into our emoji obstacle. How are you feeling? Looking really strong on that press. And this next part of the obstacle has a special trick. It slides. It does also wiggle quite a bit. Very tricky. Athletes have to stay in that pressed position while sliding down. Now he has a batarang to jump with to the ring. He almost got it in. That was some good precision. He was close. Chalking up here for the cliffhanger. This is a fun obstacle, a ninja staple, the cliffhanger, but we've got an extra twist for you quite literally here. And we will see that when he gets to the end of this truss unit. He's going to do a nice big couple of pull-ups. He's trying to grab that green cannonball up there. If he's able to get it and pull down, it will release the entire unit, and you can see that he has started to turn, and now he has to travel all the way back on the same set of cliffhangers he used. Incredible. Nice work. Looks like it's swinging back here. Let's see if he keeps moving, if he can get it to rotate more. Nice try, Jeremiah. That was a lot of time hanging from those cliffhangers. That does burn out the hands and the forearms. Time is ticking down, but he is going to jump into this last obstacle right now, the airtime obstacle. We do actually have some obstacles after that. There's 2 or 3 more. We will see as we go here. Nice run, Jeremiah. So for a quick refresher of our challenge course, athletes must complete the obstacle to get the point. That's normal. If they fail the obstacle, they have a mandatory retry. If they get the point on the retry, they can continue on, and they can do that for up to 2 separate obstacles. We are going to see some retries used today for sure. We love this format because it honors the fact that we are all human. We make mistakes out there, whether it's just something kind of silly, miss a foot, or a hand on a ring, or it's something that is a little more technical. Sometimes it really helps to feel the obstacle We have a quick fix here that we're going to make, and we'll be back on in just a moment. We can see the ref in the background, Jaden there, hanging from the truss cliffhanger, the pivoting cliffhanger. We're just dialing it in, making sure that it is rotating properly. A couple of quick adjustments on the fly. Checking in with our run order. Our next athlete will be Kyler. Trains here at Life Force Ninja. He's been training for quite a while. Was training at a gym up in Canada near where he lives. Okay. So we have just started the challenge course. We are doing a quick fix, and then we will be back to our run order that you see here. This is the preteen male category. If you have been watching the last couple of runners, you will have seen that we have some emojis that show up, and we have that view right here. And we're going to be talking about those. We're going to see a little bit more from those emojis as we get going today.
Alright, can I get all my competitive news on TV rotating flipping?
Looks like we are having a quick change with that rotating cliffhanger. We're going to see all the athletes come out here. The ref has called them over. There has been some kind of change, and we're going to get the details on that. We've just adjusted this obstacle so that it resets and works reliably for the competitors. we're back, and we have details on that rotating truss cliffhanger. So the good news is that the athletes who made it there, well, I guess it's not great news, but their runs had been finished as far as the scoring goes. And so when they were on that obstacle, there wasn't any points at stake, and we have made an adjustment in order to try to be as fair as possible. The obstacle was not resetting and rotating as it had been in testing, and so we have decided to lock it into place, which makes that obstacle a little easier, but we may see it come back. We'll do a little troubleshooting later before some of our other divisions. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime, Kyler is on. Making his way across the wall. You can see he's looking ahead. He's looking forward at where he's going. He has a good 3.5 years of experience doing ninja. Coming into, oh no, they swing. Using the knees to stabilize on that barrel there. You'll notice the barrel, it stops on both sides, either backwards or forwards. So the athlete, you can see, he's trying to figure out where it stops, and he got the right spot that he could push off to get to the trapeze. Excellent. He's going to ride this bar around to the landing platform. You'll notice the gray reg on the right side, bottom of the screen. Sitting there, it is out of play. It is there as a block so the athletes complete the obstacle as intended and don't skip that part of the obstacle. I believe this is one of Kyler's favorite obstacles, and he got that like a pro, right to that floating hook, using that ring on the dropping sky hook to get the drawbridge to drop, and he is able to use that green bar up there on the right side of that dropping sky hook. It looks like he's trying to get up there, trying to get that pull up. He could go straight from the ring, but it might be tricky getting to that drawbridge. Oh, that was a good play. Lots of nice problem solving. One of my favorite parts of ninja, having to adapt as you're going. Nice slide through, swing through right to the pad. Let's see Kyler take on the emojis. We asked our athletes in the athlete survey a few questions so we could get to know about them, and we wanted to know, one of the questions was, which of these emojis did they relate with most coming into this comp? And Kyler's choice was the heart eyes emoji. You can tell that he really loves ninja, and he is going to get a retry here. Looks like he's doing some arm circles there. This is a tough press, a tough obstacle on the shoulders, not a movement, not a body position we see a lot of in ninja, but we are seeing these types of press obstacles, drum hoppers, show up at competitions at lots of different levels, qualifiers through even championship level, and he is working so hard to stabilize on those drum hoppers. That was a great run. Nice work from Kyler. Oh, it was very close on that batarang to the hoop. And this is the obstacle, if you've been watching, that we just made an adjustment on, the rotating cliffhanger. We may have some time later between waves to troubleshoot this and make sure it is working properly, but we fixed it in place instead of having it rotate, just so that we can be sure all athletes get a fair run on the course. We do have a lot of dynamic obstacles, things that move, lots of resets to be made. We have some awesome resetters helping us out today. Nice slide and set from Kyler. Oh my goodness! We'll talk more about that obstacle as we go. It's gotten more dynamic throughout the weekend. Oh, nice. Nice work getting through angles there as best as he can, and he is on to the skateboard. Just going to give it a push. He's right at the end of the course. Really wants to try this last obstacle. He needs just a bit more, and he is on a roll. All right, to the spinner, and he went for it. Nice run from Kyler. We are going to see Nathan Williams from Skyhook on the start block next. 3 minutes and 30 seconds is the time these athletes have on this course. This is the preteen male division. Missed his feet there, but he got him right back on. It actually looked quite smooth. It was very close on the landing there. He is going to engage his first retry. Athletes have 2 opportunities to retry a failed obstacle. It is mandatory that they retry it, as they do need to get the point on the retry. This is a decently long obstacle, but he's doing it very quickly, even quicker this time. Excellent to see him get through that so smoothly the second time. This is why we love the retries. And he does have another one, should he need it. He was able to get that barrel just stable enough to get up to the trapeze. This second barrel does not have a stop. It spins freely, but he is allowed to use the pipes on the sides. He's going to make use of that. This can be quite a nerve-wracking obstacle as that just keeps rotating. He has decided to take his second retry here. You can see our reset team hard at work. We'll see if he takes a different approach. Looked like he was trying to go through a bit quicker. That is all right. Those spinning rollers are very discombobulating. He is going to continue for fun here on the rest of the course. If you take a look at our clock, you'll see the time up there is 37 seconds and 84 hundredths. And he has 2 greens and a yellow. The yellow means he retried that obstacle and he did get it. So he's got 3 points, and then the red is where he failed out on the course. But he has got just under 2 minutes to finish for fun, try as many obstacles as possible. On to the emojis. Oh, he was close on that slide. That was a good, strong press. Some of those cliffhangers are a little smaller, a little meaner on there than the others. We've got some variety of grips. On to airtime. Nice throw and a good bounce back on the wedge. That move is important, being able to fall backwards, be okay. We do have our big squishy airbag under that obstacle. Does help mitigate some of the exposure there. Tricky angle coming into that wedge. And he has plenty of time for this last roller coaster obstacle here. Nice jump. And a great run from Nate. We're going to see Asher next, followed by Jacob, Will, and Devin. We have great representation of gyms up here on our run order. We have athletes from Skyhook Ninja, from Sumner Ninja, from Life Force Ninja, from Traverse Fitness, and some other gyms here as well. Okay, here we go, Asher. Got a small crew from Sumner out here competing this weekend. Some really dedicated athletes and families. They come up here when they can to train at Life Force on the weekends. Nice rotation on those doors. Asher made that look smooth and easy. Getting the angle into those doors are important. He found the stop there on the back of that roller. The second roller does not have a stop. It will spin freely forwards and backwards, and those are some really good bearings. Looking like he may just skip that entirely. Nice, he just bumped right over it, had enough momentum that he barely needed to engage it. That was a smart play. Nice jump and a smooth swing around on that rotating skyhook. That unit has a magnet on either side of it, so it can come free. From here, Needs to sky hook across. So that is swinging and taking the ring off that hook and jumping it to the next one, which is a floating sky hook. Definitely a bit tricky because it swings. He has dropped the drawbridge, and we'll see, does he choose to go from that ring directly to the board, or he's reaching up for the bar? He's going to reset and use his first retry. He will need to start from the mini tramp and make that skyhook move again. He's getting some chalk, making sure the grip feels good. We are a good handful of obstacles into the course, trying to preserve that grip. This is the tricky part, getting the swing controlled. Athletes can use their lower body to help them redirect, and they can also steer that ring to some degree on the hook. We're seeing him work on that here. He's taking the time to get straightened out. That's important. He's trying for accuracy here. Excellent. And we saw, I believe Kyler was able to get up that green bar swinging on this back ring here, where Asher is trying the same tactic. And that works very smoothly. Really nice to see the adjustment work out. He is onto the drawbridge and getting ready to drop in to the big swing. Excellent. Very accurate landing on the pad there. Nice big press. This is a tough position to be in. Athletes need to lock their arms out, be strong through their shoulders. He's using his lower body to swing. Wonderful. They are allowed their hands on the tops of these drums, the emoji faces. Oh, he was so close on that. Very tricky. They are very wiggly. They are not allowed to wrap their hands over the fronts. They are not allowed to use their elbows. If you watched yesterday, there were some modifications where athletes were allowed to either wrap their hands around and go underneath the drums, or to use their elbows on that sliding set of drums. He gets it moving. He's on. He's trying to breathe and keep strong. He was so very close on that. That was some awesome effort from Asher. He's going to take the rest of his time. See if he can get through here. Oh, that was amazing. He's got to go. No time for Chuck. He wants to get his hands on as much as he can. And he's running forward. It seems like he really wants to try this airtime obstacle. Luckily, our athletes will have some redemption time at the end of the day today, meaning they get to get on the course all together and have a little open gym, redeem themselves, try some things they weren't able to get or didn't have a chance to make it to. That was a great run from Asher. Jacob is on the start. Nice ready stance, getting ready to run through. So comfortable on that skateboard. Really confident balance athlete. Works really hard. I've seen him have such incredible focus on something that he wants to get and just try time and time again. And it really pays off. It shows through in his skills. Wonderful. He's already on to obstacle number 4. Oh no, they swing. Nice. Seems that our athletes have been watching what's happening out here as their teammates are running. Getting to understand the obstacles a little bit. That can be an advantage of running a little bit later in the run order. It's a nice deep breath, and looked like he centered himself for this one. He's going to need to rotate his body on that ring. And it looks like he is pointing in the right direction, just needs to generate some swing. Oh, that was awesome, very accurate. Just did not quite get the grip on the ring there, but he is going to try it again. This is the mandatory retry challenge course system, and Murray sliding in with the ring. All right, so we do have a longer course for challenge. They have 3.5 minutes, and they have the mandatory retry. The only penalty on the retry, if they get the point, is that they took extra time because they had to retry the obstacle, especially when the obstacle gets a little longer and more arduous. He locked that one in. That is so rewarding to see. Knew he just needed a little extra grip. Looked like he went a little higher on his set. Oh, so tricky, very close. Nice effort from Jacob, great run. He's going to continue on for fun, see what else he can experience out here on the course, and he's into how are you feeling? We got some emoji faces here. We asked our athletes which emoji they identified with. We are going to see some survey results later. It was really fun to see what each person chose. It was very close on that. That is a tough press. It looked like that bat was in the ring there. That is a tricky one, and that is going to get harder as our athletes get taller because that is not much clearance between the ring and the ground. So we are going to see a lot of body control, a lot of great core strength today. He was close on that cliffhanger. It may be possible that he's moving on here to some obstacles that he feels like are going to be a little more fun. We have a big airtime obstacle. Nice set and throw, and a good bounce. Super confident on that skateboard. Right to the spinner and through, almost into the block. Excellent job, Jacob. Will Fisher from Skyhook is on course. Finding the tipping point on that teeter-totter there. And he is good. If you have been watching with us throughout the weekend, you may notice some things changing out here on the course. We are modifying obstacles, making them more challenging as we get through our divisions. All athletes this weekend from Tier 2 through Tier 1 run the same course path, which is great to see. Everyone gets to try the same obstacles. The difficulty level does change. And Will onto, oh no, they swing. Getting a little spin on that roller, but he's got it stabilized now. Just needs to decide when to jump for that trapeze. That was fantastic. Very nice. Oh, he had his feet on the pad, but it was a little bounce back. This is going to be a good example of the retry system. You'll notice the clock is stopped. Athletes aren't penalized for the time during the obstacle reset, so if anything needs to be reset, the timer is paused, and they wait for the restart. Will finding that stop on the roller again. He had a really nice jump to this trapeze before. He's trying to find the right time. It's tough with that swinging and spinning. It looks like he was maybe trying to see if rotating it forward was going to work better for him. Yep, because he is forward on the roller now and he can make that jump. That was a great adjustment. Just needs a little more pull, and that was it. Fantastic. Made it all the way to that landing platform. Athletes need to clear the front edge of the landing platform. We call it the frontal plane. So if they hit their feet and bounce back, unfortunately they most likely haven't cleared the frontal plane, but that was not an issue on the retry. Why we love the retry system. Looking on the Skyhook here. It's very smooth. He's dropped the drawbridge using the ring in his left hand, but he's gone back to the ring on the blue hook so that he can get some swing and line himself nicely to use that bar. A little more stable to Lachey from that onto the board. Looks like he got a little hung up there. Maybe his feet were hitting that hook, but he was able to stay calm. He has a minute. His teammates are letting him know. They have some great support on the sidelines. Big Skyhook team this weekend with Coach Gavin giving them some great support. It's going to feel like some exposure. It's high off the ground. It's a big swing. Excellent, and he gets it. You'll notice that he came down from pretty high on that one. The longer they hold onto the ring, the higher they're going to be. Whoa, he was cranking through that one. He's trying to make the best use of his time here. And he knows he has to move quickly. Look at that strong press. Hold. Oh, so close. Excellent effort from Will Fisher. Nice job, Will. Okay, here we are with our top 4 at the moment for preteen male. The furthest we have seen anyone get is obstacle 5, ring around the hook, and Devin is on. Devin from Tigard, Oregon, trains at Skyhook. Has been doing ninja for 5 years. That is a good long time. Has lots of experience. Has competed up here at Life Force a number of times. Competes alongside his brother and sister. We have lots of siblings out here. Lots of families with kids and parents competing. It was a great turnout for our regional weekend. Making good use of the side support there, that bar on the side of the spinner. We may see later divisions, they may not be allowed to use those. Should be pretty interesting. Great jump to the bar. If he can get some momentum and just pop right over, just like that. He doesn't need to spend much time on the barrel there. Out of there quickly. We have specific chalk points for athletes on the course, spots where they are getting ready to go right into something a little more technical, a little more grippy, just like this rotating Skyhook. We're calling this obstacle ring around the hook. Not only do they have to jump that ring onto the green hook, they have to jump it off the green hook onto this floating blue hook. And that floating hook is on a strap, making it fairly unstable. So they need to get up and out and in. And you see he had a really good knee drive. His knees went up on the front of his swing. And he was really close. He did hit the blue hook. And he's going to use his first retry here. Our scoring for today will combine the placements from the speed and the challenge course. So our final leaderboard and our podiums will be based on the sum of the placements of each athlete. So if an athlete gets first in speed and fourth in challenge, their sum would be 5. Giving this one a go. Trying to get a nice swing, and he looks nice and straight there. We have not seen this break free yet. It is part of how the obstacle functions. There are magnets on either side, and he's going to try to bump it off that far side and bring it back. This is very tricky. He's shaking out a little bit. He's hanging in there. Excellent perseverance. Those magnets are strong, but they can move. He was forcing that over. He's working really hard to fix this. Incredibly tricky. Nice try. Really good effort, Devin. Next up, we will see a couple of Life Force Ninja athletes, Shelton and Kier. Here we go, Shelton. We saw the speed from Shelton earlier on the speed course. He's moving quick, very efficient. They have less holds on this wall than our divisions did yesterday. He's doing a fantastic job out here. Trying to find the stop on that roller there. There's one stop on each side, rolling forwards or backwards. You need to figure out where they can get the most stability. Very nice. He's going to just float right over that. Those are big, heavy rollers. So they do get rolling. They can go fast. But if the athlete hits right on the top, it shouldn't move too much. And we did see that happen on the second roller. It didn't move too much for Shelton. Get his grip ready on that skyhook ring. The white part of that ring has some tape to make it a little grippier. It is a plastic ring. It's a really nice upstart, a good big kick. He's wanting to get some height in order to land accurately in that next skyhook, and that was a fabulous example. Looking solid here, getting lots of love from his dad on the sideline there. Sweet landing. And he is on to How Are You Feeling? The big press here. Each of those drums has a different emoji face on it. Hopefully not too distracting here. He is so focused. Press, press. And he's made it. Athletes are not allowed to wrap their hands over the edges of those. He's got to press and stay stable. Oh, so incredibly close. The good news is he has a retry. The potentially tough news is that he's done most of this obstacle, and it is fairly fatiguing. That is a very difficult body position to stabilize in, to stay strong. He's using his legs to generate momentum, get himself moving. He's going to be getting his mindset ready for this really, really hard obstacle, and he has made it! I don't think we have seen anyone make it quite this far yet in the points. That was beautiful work. Nothing like a moving skateboard, a batarang, and a hoop. He was very, very close. This is his second retry. I can hear his dad saying, "Remember your plan." Oh, he was super close. Very close. That was an awesome run from Shelton. He is currently the points leader for the preteen male group, 6 points. Nice job, Shelton. Kier is on course. Trains here at Life Force Ninja with the crew. Making sure he is steady on the wall there. That's good stuff. Brings a lot of power and dynamic movement to the course, as you can see with that leap off the wall. Has good strength in continuous movement, meaning moving through an obstacle dynamically, not pausing much, This one is tricky here. He's trying to figure out where the stop is on that roller, and there's one in the front and the back. It is tricky. He found a good spot to jump from. He's got that nice pull back. This will take him right around to where he needs to be. Very nice. He will need to turn himself around. Facing backwards there. He has a nice mixed grip on the ring. One hand forward, one hand backward. It can be a very secure feeling. Athletes may also like to have their palms facing forward. We saw an adjustment there, and it worked really nicely for him. Let's see, is he going to go directly from the ring to the board? Oh, he chooses the bar up there. They do have a choice. They can use that. Athletes are told what is in play, and they can choose which of those in-play elements they want to use. They don't need to use all of them. That was a fantastic swing in, nice accurate landing, and a good strong press here on how are you feeling. And it looks like he is feeling strong. He's got that moving, and he's gonna have to fight the wiggles. And he made it! He cleared the frontal plane. Athletes are allowed to use whatever part of their body they'd like to on a landing platform. So if you land on your bottom, it is A-okay. And he is through! We haven't seen anyone get points this far into the course. Kier is making it happen. He is on a great run. Good single arm strength there. Coming off the cliffhanger and into airtime. Nice throw. Oh, right to the talons there, but he bounced back. That's okay. So those talons, we did see them earlier. We didn't have a chance to talk about them, but they are on magnets floating above those two angled cliffhanger ledges. And there's a little edge on those ledges, so the idea is they have to drop those talons into the ledges and pull in to create some compression. And that was a good example of that. He was so close. He did need to hook that ring. Very close. Incredible run from Kier. Does have a little time to finish for fun here. He's got 40 seconds. I bet we're going to see him through the end of this course here. It's just 2 obstacles left. Nice big throw to this angled throw to an angled wedge. Ooh, that was pretty stylish there. Nice big jump fingertips to the disc there, and it looks like he is all right. Nice work here. Coming in to look at our leaderboard again here. He's in the lead by 2 points at the moment. We are so proud of all of our athletes here coming out to compete today, whether they're a Life Force athlete or they trained in another gym. It is amazing to see everybody develop throughout the season, and we are getting ready for Croy here from Traverse. Is running through smooth. All of our athletes have, they get a walkthrough, so they understand where the course goes, and they have some course planning time, and they can plan with their coaches, they can plan on their own, and so we can see when athletes are moving so smoothly through a course, it is very likely they visualized, they planned out their movements, where they want their hands to go, where they want their feet to go. On and off that roller. We're seeing that work well for athletes. Getting some reminders from Coach Ben there. This is the second time we have seen that break free. It's not a malfunction, it's how the obstacle works. There's a magnet on either side, and it is a pretty heavy magnet, but it can break free. So the athletes have to be aware of where they're... Oh, we're getting the Murray slide again across the mini tramp. Quick ring delivery. Athletes have to be aware of where their momentum is going, where their angle is, where the force, the direction of the force is going. That was a great fix from Croy. You can see the number 5 up there under the timer. He's on the 5th obstacle, and it is yellow, meaning this is a retry. He's getting a big pull-up. We haven't seen that technique on this one yet. Turned around and pulled up, grabbed the bar backwards, was able to make that really nicely. And he's onto the drawbridge, waiting to drop in here. Excellent. Doesn't matter how they land as long as they clear the frontal plane and engage the landing platform. He's onto how are you feeling? It's a good spot to take a moment there. Apologies on our second camera. Looks like we need to replace a battery, but we've got a good view here. Thanks to Michael, our cameraman. He's got to stabilize here. Press, press. He has a retry. We can see him pressing on his chest a little bit there. That can definitely make that sternum area feel kind of tight. This is an interesting movement for Ninja. We don't do a lot of pressing. We see a lot of swinging and hanging in Ninja. We are seeing the kinds of press obstacles come up more in competition over the years. He was very close. Nice job, Croy. Good run. He's getting a reminder that he can keep going. He's going to try a few more obstacles. Athletes do have the opportunity to continue for fun after their timed and scored run is over, which is awesome. They get some time on obstacles. They get to see what else they can do. Even if they don't get the points, it feels good to complete something. And then they'll get some redemption time at the end, which is basically open gym where they get to try obstacles with their buddies and see what they can get that they maybe weren't able to in the comp. We're going to take a moment after Croy to fix the second camera there. I'm going to get started on that, so we'll be back in just a moment. We are on with Wyatt. He is doing an awesome job making it through the wall there. And on to, oh no, they swing. Trains at Skyhook, south of Portland in Tigard, Oregon. A nice big pull, gets him a really good swing around. Plenty of room to make it to that landing. Nice smooth jump across on the skyhook, dropping the drawbridge. Looks like he may be going straight from that ring to the board. We haven't seen anyone do that yet. I knew it was coming. Excellent confidence on the ring swing. You can see he had his legs folded up out of the way, making sure he doesn't hit the pad there. Very nice. He's going to need to stabilize here. This is a really tricky one. You can see it wiggling, and he's got it. Lots of cheers. Big celebration from the crowd. He's on a great run here. Very accurate with the battering there. We could see it flipping out of the way. Hopefully it didn't jump and hit him. It's a good spot to get some chalk. Keeping that grip nice, as fresh as possible. He is moving quickly. Looks so confident on that cliffhanger. On to airtime. Obstacle 9. Nice big set, legs behind, and he was not able to get the throw on the first slide down. We'll see if he can make it from the second slide. That was awesome, and he's got enough compression to hold the hooks, and he's holding that angle. That was beautiful. Looks like he touched something that was out of play. This is a little bit of a longer obstacle, and for the retry, he has to go all the way back to the start. This is a lot of obstacle to complete. It's possible he's feeling it this far into the course. But we do love the retry system. Now that he's been on this and he knows what it feels like, he knows what to do. That was even so much smoother the second time. So much smoother already. He has to take that second talon to the bar. That's what he missed there. All right. Excellent. Working on angles. Very nice. He's able to stay on that little ledge. And super smooth. He is able to use that frame there to push into the slider. Big jump to the disc. He was laid out there Superman style. The good news is this is the last obstacle in his last retry. So he has 15 seconds to finish this. If he goes now, he can make it, but he does need to time that jump. He needs a big accurate jump to the side of the spinner and a big pull through. See if he can make it. Come on, Wyatt. Come on, Wyatt. Send it, send it. Oh, yes! Awesome! Fantastic run. A super full clear from Wyatt. You can see the crowd is pumped. Everyone is so excited for that run. What energy. We're going to test camera 2 here. Apologies if we go black. Yep. We're going to get that fixed and we'll be back. Yeah, Brandon from Skyhook hitting the course. He is looking smooth and measured coming in to obstacle 3 here. Brandon has a lot of experience, been training for 5 years. Nice jump. He's got a little roll on there, but it's not going to give him any trouble. Straight through. Had enough momentum to move that bar around. Nice big jump. Going to have to redirect his swing to get into that floating skyhook there. Floating skyhook, pull on the dropping skyhook. And he'll need to make his way up to that drawbridge. He's going to choose to use that green bar. It is in play for athletes on this course, in this division. Nice jump and swing, looking really controlled, and he's running right through. He's got some great transitions. Even though between obstacles isn't the scored part, it is still important to be as quick as possible, because the overall time does count. Very nice. Excellent. Great precision with the battering and the hoop. Coming off the moving skateboard, that is tricky. Lots of timing involved. Into obstacle 9, airtime. Good set. You could see his legs behind him. He pulled those talons off the magnets, compressed onto the cliffhangers there. We have some good examples of moving with obstacles, moving with elements here. And notice the obstacles do get more challenging as they go through the course here, as they progress. He's working on a big throw to this angled block. I don't think that angle on the camera does it quite justice. That is definitely a tricky move. He is smoothly through, and he's on to the last point. Who doesn't love a roller coaster? Needs a big jump to the spinner. He's going to go wide. Get himself pointed towards that block so we can hit the buzzer for a clean, full clear. Way to go, Brandon. That's some good celebration time. Awesome. That puts him into first. We have 2 finishers with a full 11 points. You may notice some athletes using retries. Some athletes don't need the retries. The retries are mandatory if they fail an obstacle. The only penalty is that it takes them more time. They have to redo the obstacle. And Harper is off on a great start here, bringing the speed. Dynamic through the wall. Nice jump angle to that door. It just spun so seamlessly there. Very close. He had a nice jump. Timing was just off a little bit, but he knows how it feels now. Excellent. It's tough to know what's going through an athlete's mind when they're on their retry. There can be some questions, or they may know for sure, oh, I know what it feels like now, I got it. Harper looked very confident on that retry. Very nice. You could see that he was using his legs to redirect himself. He's got good control of his direction, his body, where he's going. And that was a nice, smooth landing. Good hustle over to the next obstacle. How are you feeling? Nice big press. He's gonna see. Oh, it looks like he was gonna start without it moving, but he got it moving. He looked incredibly controlled on that. Makes you wonder if he's practiced some press type obstacles before. Looks like the batarang is chasing athletes through after they throw off of the hoop. We did have a modification to this obstacle earlier. It was intended to spin, but we opted to fix it just so that it was, have it fixed so that it was consistent for all athletes. We'll see if we can get that working a little better for some of our later divisions. And right into airtime. Very nice. Good cat grab to the talons. Those talons are on magnets and they do drop onto the ledges a little bit. You can see that a lot of athlete planning goes into these courses. They have many elements. They have to memorize the course path, and actually with the speed, they have to memorize both course paths. They have to figure out what they want to do on each of these obstacles. There are some more technical ones, like these last few here. And Harper is into the last obstacle with over a whole minute left. Incredible, accurate jump to the side of that spinner for a full clear. Such an excellent run from Harper. Looks like he might be hurting a little bit. What a good run. Hopefully he is okay. A skyhook team member here, Miles Wilson, in his ready stance, and all set to start. He strides through. Very nice. Not waste any time on those first couple of obstacles. Making sure he has his line here. Another athlete with a good amount of experience. 5 years. Some athletes who have been training and competing for quite a long time now, building up lots of good base skills. It's really fun to see all those skills and techniques come into play out here. And we're going to see how the press treats him. Looks like he's feeling really confident on this one. That was quite fast. Press, he's able to stabilize. That is impressive. Very nice. Was able to get his legs out in front of him, his knees up, and avoid brushing the mat. Been really strong. This cliffhanger is a moment for athletes to kind of gather themselves. It is groupy, but it is not super technical. Coming into a little bit of a big move. We have some exposure here. Big squishy airbag underneath. They need to jump in and lâcher to cat grab with a moving element, the talons. Very nice. Nice big confident throw. They are not able to use the top of that wedge without some good stabilizing, and he is into the last obstacle here. On a clean run. Fantastic! Super run from Miles. A clean, full clear, and it looks like he is happy about that one. There's a lot to be proud of in that run. Nice work, Miles. Tyler is off with a smooth start through the Life Force staple onto the teeter-totter. Always see some good speed out of Tyler. He's locked in. Excited to see him on this next one. Oh no, they swing. Through to the landing with some nice momentum on that swing around bar. That was a sweet move. So dynamic. He knew exactly what he wanted to do on that. He skipped that first skyhook move. Excellent. Locked in on the landing. Into the press. He had some incredible forward momentum on that one there. Really strong, not worried about the wobbles on those silly emoji faces. That's okay. He's going to go back. It's not a very long obstacle. He doesn't have to complete a ton before he gets to that spot. He was just a little bit off on the batarang there, but an awesome run from Tyler. Great effort. Going from the moving skateboard to a precision move with a batarang, moving with an obstacle, definitely a tricky one. Very nice. He is keeping that confidence though. Excellent work, great attitude moving through. Athletes are able to finish for fun. And we are going to see a strong finish here for Tyler. Nice big jump and dynamic throw off the spinner. Excellent work, Tyler. We're getting started here with our adult male category. We'll check in on that leaderboard in just a moment, but Tripp is a go on this course. Finding the tipping point on that teeter-totter there. Very nice, making sure the shoes have grip. Nice pivot on the wall. We're seeing this wall test athletes' planning and flexibility. They are able to use their feet on that wall itself. Looks like he's found a spot where that roller stops on either side. He's using the support on the side. Very close to that trapeze. He's doing a good job staying calm here. He is really tough with that roller spinning underfoot, but he got through. Looks like he might be able to just reach that ring, maybe with a little help from the roller, and he's gonna grab it. That was awesome. And he just needs to rotate around on this bar. He'll need to get enough rotation to make it to that landing. If he can reach back to the ring, it might help. He's going to go for the throw, and that works great. Being able to get that angle and know it's going to work out is really awesome. He's got some great lock-off strength here. Ready to make that jump across. Very nice. In the drawbridge. You can use that green pipe up above. That was a nice pull. We're definitely seeing that our taller athletes, our adults here, are able to make that reach. Longer arm span makes it a little bit easier. We saw some creativity from the kids on how to get up to that bar. The preteens, rather. This does feel a bit high up here, but he has a nice solid grip. That was a good controlled landing. We've seen some creativity on those landings today. It's always nice to see athletes landing with control like that. And into, how are you feeling? That was a really strong press there. Needing to walk the hands and using the swing from the lower body to get that momentum. He's getting ready for the second part of the obstacle. This is still the same point. He'll need to weather the ride down on these wobbly drums here. Using the lower body to get the swing and prep for that landing. That worked so well. Moving skateboard, jump to batarang in the hoop. Was able to keep the legs off the ground. Again, great body control. Getting some chalk. Time has taken down, but he is still able to get this point if he can make it all the way. He didn't quite clear the frontal plane on that. It was a great run from Tripp. Thanks for your patience. We are back with the one and only Paul Morris. Getting ready to take his positive energy to the course. He's got the orange shoes today. Speaking of shoes, we are seeing a few different ninja shoes that people are liking these days. Paul has the strikes. We're seeing lots of Olo shoes. Some Vans out here. Paul is looking good on this wall. Excellent. Love seeing that measured approach. He's making sure that he's getting through to that landing platform. Onto, oh no, they swing. Finding the stop. This first barrel has a stop on the front roll and the back roll. You can see he's kind of going back and forth. He is okay. Has his daughters on the side there. They're helping us with resets today. He's going to use the pipes on the sides. That seems like a great play, and those are definitely part of the obstacle that's allowed. If he can get some swing and just touch the top of that roller, or stabilize the same way he did on the last one, we'll see. It's all swinging. This is a great example of how discombobulating this obstacle is. It is incredibly tricky. He's going for the foot hook. We haven't seen this technique yet, but it is working great for Paul. Come on, Paul. He is fighting this. This is incredible to see this problem solving here. He's pressing with his foot. He's trying to climb up. Awesome. Love that different things work for different athletes. Really cool to see all the variation. What a good fight. He made it to the landing, got the point, on to number 4. As a minute and a half left. Getting prepped for the skyhook, making sure he has the line, generating some momentum. Luckily, he was able to make it back to that trampoline. This obstacle has a magnet on either side of it, and it is possible for that magnet to break free. It's strong, but the athletes are stronger. He's going to throw right away. Oh, that was a great try. And he's going to use his second retry here. That's why we love this system. See if he can put it together from what he's learned, how this feels, how that rotating skyhook moves. Come on, Paul. It's really tricky on that. Once he's getting his swing moving, it's breaking free. Just going to generate that momentum quickly. Nice try, Paul. Great work. He's going to continue for fun. He's going to run right into the emoji obstacle here. The how are you feeling obstacle. And he is going to... What? That was so cool. Big skip. That was strong. He was trusting his shoulders there. Great run from Paul. Great to see the style and the go for it attitude out there. Oh, we are going to check in with our leaderboard for the preteens. While we wait for the next athlete here. That is the leaderboard for the Masters. Just a second here. We'll check in with them a little bit later. Here we have Chase on the move. Nice pull through. Chase is an athlete from Oregon, trains at Skyhook Ninja. He's been doing Ninja for only a year. Great to see him out here on the course. He's getting that roller going. We saw this was a tough one for some of our athletes here, but he moved through it quickly, was able to adapt to that spin. He's got his focus on, he's calming himself, it appears. Getting ready for this dynamic obstacle here. Spin around, turning for the skyhook. You're seeing that swing is sometimes breaking this obstacle free. Not breaking it, but causing the magnet to move. If he's able to arc his back, he may be able to get some power without swinging as much. He's got a redirect here. You can see his legs angling to the side. He's trying to get his line straight there. It was very close. It is understandable that with our bigger athletes, our adults compared to the preteens, that the magnets relatively don't hold quite as much. So they do need to be aware of their swing there, as opposed to their power that they can get from that arced back position. That was incredible. He was able to push that through, learned what he needed to from his first try there. Pull up just enough fingertips to make it to that bar. Need a nice papier-mâché pre to that board. Ready to drop into the last part. Not much of a jump, but a reach out and a really smooth landing into the press obstacle. Very nice. Through the first part and onto the slidey and wiggly part. He's going to need to stabilize and press through his shoulders. He was moving his legs to help him get some momentum for the landing. He will need to go back to the mini tramp to start. This is quite a bit of obstacle to attack before he gets to that second part. Looking good. Press, press. Incredible save there. Q on the sidelines has locked the arms out, and he was able to do it. That was awesome. He has used both retries, so he's going to try to be as clean as possible on the rest of this run. Good step forward. Made a big jump. He went for it. That was an awesome try. Great run chase. He does have just a little bit of time left. He's going to see if he can redeem himself. He got the bat in, needed to get the legs forward. That was a great try. Nice job, Chase. Taking a look at our leaderboard here for this division, the adult male. We have Tripp in first, followed by Chase and then Paul. Great work, guys. And we'll take a peek at our preteen as well. Wonderful. Look at that. We have a skyhook podium. We have Miles, Harper, and Brandon, followed by Wyatt in fourth. And we're into our Masters male group, starting off with Dennis. Super smooth into the skateboard. Athletes being somewhat cautious in general on that teeter-totter. Not sure what it feels like and wanting to make sure that they are steady and accurate, as it is just the first couple of obstacles here. Just ensuring he can touch the ground between those blocks. The finish of the wall obstacle is not also the start of this next one. Oh no, they swing. So he is allowed to touch in between. No issues here with the swinging and spinning barrels. Dennis with a nice amount of time left on the clock. He's got some great support from the other masters in the group. He's got his daughter coaching him. We'll see her competing later with the elite female group. Trains with the crew over at Momentum Movement Academy in Port Coquitlam, BC. We are seeing this get tricky for our adults and masters here. That was incredible. Way to use dynamic movement to pop right out of that spin. I wonder if he had thought about it before or if it was something on the fly that he was just able to adjust, but it was really awesome. And he's going straight up to the board. Looks like he was taking a look at his hand. Hopefully he's okay here. Nice, solid swing and landing. It's a fun feeling flying through the air there. Big jump, looking super strong on the emoji faces here. He's going to see if he can stabilize. He's going to lock out the elbows. Get the thing moving before he starts. It is quite an experience with those wiggling underneath your arms, trying to press and stabilize and stay calm. He does have a retry here. He'll go back to the trampoline. They do need to start at the beginning of the obstacle. He's got just under a minute. Moving even quicker the second time. Wanted to conserve energy, I imagine. Getting it moving. Stabilizing. He's holding, he's holding, he's holding, he's holding. Incredible. Very nice. Just right on the edge there. He'll need that bat, yes. Taking the batarang on the skateboard for a ride and jumping it into the hoop. We have the follow cam angle here. Oh, he was so close. This is his second retry. He does get a retry. Clock is paused while our resetters are hard at work making sure every element is back in place. When this time is started, he can begin. Excellent redemption on that. This is a great example of using those retries to his advantage, fixing those mistakes, but he does not have any more, so he will need to be very accurate here. He is running out of time, but he did secure that 8th point. He's going to see if he can fly right into airtime here with just a second or so left. And that is it. That was a wonderful run from Dennis. 8 points. A quick look at the leaderboard for the Masters Male. Seeing where we stand with our first runner. That is the current point count to beat, 8 points, at a time of 3:22. We have Jake dropping into the course. Finding that tipping point, very steady. He's looking strong and relaxed here, which is a great way to start the course. He's on a good pace through these first few. Keeping it moving across the barrels, not an easy feat. Definitely an obstacle where speed helps, but there is a mental element to that because you have an object that spins and swings. We'll see if he tries this dynamic move here. He's going to go a little more static. We're seeing this happen for this group. When we have adults here on this obstacle, it does break free on the magnet. That wasn't an issue. He was able to adjust and get some momentum a different way other than a big swing. Using a little bit of arch there in his back. Very nice. Looking strong on the press. Trying to get out of there as quickly as possible, not wasting any time or energy. Pressing, pressing. It does look like a slight lean forward is helpful. His head was a bit forward of where the drums are. Able to make it through, even with a few wobbles on that skateboard. He's got a minute 30 left for the last 3 obstacles. Plenty of time. Dropping into airtime here. Gonna need a good set, meeting his legs behind him at the right time, right about there, to throw through and grab those talons. They are on magnets. They drop a little bit, and the athletes need to compress at an angle. Continuing to use the talons to finish the obstacle. That is mandatory. And he's on to the last 2, starting with number 10, angles. Nice, and controlled falling right into the rest of that obstacle. You can save it. Very nice. He's got 45 seconds coming into this last one, which is more than enough time. Nice big jump and pull through, and a clean, full clear for Jake. Fantastic run. Excellent job. Congratulations from Coach Keenan. Congratulations from his son Emmett. Nice work. We're going to see our last 4 up shortly. Jason, Tristan, Derek, and Zach. Here we go, here we go, Jason. Very nice. Strong skateboard for Jason. Keeping his body close to that wall. That's a smart move there. Looks confident on this climbing type obstacle. Looks like he's going to take some momentum into this one. Excellent. Really wise not to spend too much extra time on those barrels. Notice he is getting a little bit stuck on this bar here. He grabbed close to the inside, the left side there. made it hard to get that swing, but he is really persevering here. He's going to make it over there. Excellent by the tips of his toes. That was really good patience on that. Taking it out. He's thinking about getting that momentum without having the magnet break free on this. And it worked so good. It was great. Paying attention to that swing. He was trying not to get too much, but just enough that he could hop that skyhook over. Right up to the bar. Doing a great job of controlling that swing. We saw him grab the truss there on the back of the salmon ladder. And that part of the truss was not in place, so he will go back to retry that. It's a tough one. We just need a little bit more throw. This is a taxing obstacle. It's a good spot to take a little extra time. That can be a frustrating one, having to redo a very technical obstacle. He is nice and controlled and lined up on this. Fantastic. Able to make it happen again. Really consistent. He'll just need a little bit more swing and pop. Can be tricky. There's some exposure here. There is something behind him too that he's hitting. I think it's that one of those hooks or rings. Looks like he has enough. He just needs to make the pop. That was beautiful. The crowd's going wild. They're hyped for him. He's making it happen. Fantastic. That was such a hard-earned point. He knows his time is ticking. He's jumping right into how are you feeling. Looking incredibly confident on the press. Here's the trickier part. Oh, super close. He does have just under half a minute and a retry. He's getting himself centered. Incredible consistency on these retries from Jason. It's happening. That was awesome. Time's ticking. He's going to do his best to jump out. Hook that hoop. He got the point! Excellent work. Sending it all the way through to the end of the time there. Nice job, Jason. Tristan is on now. Always a strong competitor out here in the Masters group. Working his way through the wall. Part of the Momentum Ninja crew. Competes in Canadian Ninja League as well as WNL. He's going dynamic here. That was very cool. Love seeing all the different techniques. He's got a lot of power. Very nice. He's going to try to drop in for a nice smooth landing. And he nailed it. Right into the press. Double hop. Looking so strong on this one. Excellent. He's got the bat. He's ready for the jump. He's got to get those legs up. Excellent. The timing there is tough. Need to jump into that hoop, but get the legs up and in front so they don't drag on the ground. Low clearance for our taller athletes, for our adults and masters. Very nice. Tristan on a clean run here with 8 points, working on number 9, air time. You'll need to ride the T-bar slider down, cat grab to the talons on the wedge. The talons are on magnets. They will drop a few inches, and you'll need to compress onto those ledges. So close. He nearly had it. He has a minute and a half left, which is definitely enough time for a retry on this obstacle and time to complete the remaining 2 after this. My guess is that we'll see him land a little bit higher on that wedge with his feet, so he has a little more time to grab the talons and drop them onto the ledges. He went for 1. That was very cool. He went for 1 and then moved very quickly so it didn't have time to slip. Looks like that is okay. Maybe the ref is telling him to fix it. Incredibly tricky here. He's going for that last talon, and he is completely static and stopped here. What an incredible save there. That was a 6 save from Tristan. Excellent on angles. Popping right through. Needs an extra swing, but it's always good to make sure that you're lined up. And he is into obstacle 11. Really confident dropping into the skateboard. Grabbing the disc and making it through to the buzzer. Full clear for Tristan. Awesome work. Puts Tristan into 2nd place. And we have 2 more. We will see if Derek is back on. He's trying to take care of that ankle earlier. Has the brace on the right. And looks like he's going to give it a shot. Hopefully it's feeling a little bit better. He's taking it gingerly. Seems like a wise idea. Very nice. Doing what he can do while trying to preserve. It's admirable. We have lost our camera here. Looks like we are maybe having a battery issue. We can catch him on the back wall here. Okay, we are getting our main camera fixed here. Bear with us. We have a little bit of a limited view here with our fixed camera. Derek's jumping right in. I'll try to give you the play-by-play even if you can't see all of what's happening. He is solidly on that sky hook, getting ready for the swing. Nice, and he makes it. Moving through, dropping the drawbridge down. I'm not quite sure what happened there. He's taking care of the ankle. Looks like that might be it. He's calling it. Oh, nope, that was only it for time and score, but he's going to continue for fun. Nice work from Derek, really doing what he can do. Tough going with that sprained ankle. Thanks for your patience here with our cameras. Looks like we are all fixed. He's looking strong here. Our final runner for the Masters Males getting ready. And here he goes. Zach is on. Very nice. It was a good angle to hit that door. Took him right around. Zach is part of the Skyhook Ninja crew and a number of athletes who's been competing for a good number of years. Sounds like about 4 years. It's always fun to hear what kinds of obstacles these athletes like. We do a survey. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Let's see. He's going to go back. Looks like we may have had a missed reset. Let me get the details on that. Okay, so confirmation, our spin around bar was not reset. We are going to give Zach a rerun and he will be starting shortly here. So thank you for bearing with us. Luckily he was not too far into the course. We're going to just take a moment to get the run order reset for that rerun. And back to our chat we were having about the survey that we sent out. We did get a little information on these athletes. It's nice to know where they're from. Many of them do have jerseys, so it's easy to tell which gym they're affiliated with. We'd like to know how long they've been doing Ninja and what their favorite kinds of obstacles are, what things they don't like as much. So it is nice to have that information. We did also do a survey on which of the emoji faces that are showing up on the how are you feeling obstacle that they most related with. And we do have a graphic that we will see a little bit later today showing which percentage of athletes identified with which emoji. So we went a little crazy on that. We had a little bit of fun. We are almost ready to run Zach again here. Fantastic. Thanks everyone for your patience. Thanks to Zach for his understanding. We do have an incredible reset crew. It is not uncommon to miss a reset here or there. There are so many details that go into this day and so many people making it all happen. So we appreciate you all. And Zach is back on. Start of his rerun. Okay, back to where we finished here on a no-they swing with everything set in place. Trying to get a purchase on that spinning roller. It's going to be tough. Deciding to use the posts. Not a bad idea. Yeah, good pull around. On the bar and gaining the point. Very nice, Zach. Excellent jumping. Looks like he's going dynamic here. He took a lot of momentum into that. Decided to take an extra moment though, and it really worked to lock in that skyhook jump. Tricky pull. That bar is pretty close in distance to where that ring is on the dropping skyhook, and that's a tough big pull-up. Nice tuck on the ring swing. Into our emoji obstacle we were talking about. We can see a few faces on there. There's the grimace face. There's the melty face. We got the heart eyes emoji. There's a devil emoji that his left hand's on it right now. And he is looking really strong. On to probably the harder part of this obstacle, the sliding drum hoppers. This is going to be quite a press, and he is showing incredible strength on that. Trying to stay calm with those wiggling underneath your hands and arms is very difficult. Way to go. A little stumble on the skateboard, but it didn't cause him any issues. He was able to adapt on the fly. There's a little bit of a mental break. Not a super technical obstacle. Needs to keep moving and maybe taxing the grip a little bit, but a nice transition coming into this more exposed obstacle, airtime. We took a nice big squishy airbag underneath. We have seen lots of good success on this obstacle, and some of that as well. He was very close. He got where he needed to be. He knows what it feels like. May need a little more power on the throw or a little adjust on the timing. We'll see what he chooses to do here. It's very interesting too to see how they start this obstacle. He's getting his feet back behind him. The timing was great. That was an awesome save. Just a little miss with the left hook, but he was able to get it right back on. He has 20 seconds left. Oh, he was very close. Just bounced off the angled wedge there on this obstacle called Angles. This is his second retry. He does need to complete it in order to get this point. The retry has to be, the obstacle needs to be completed on the retry for the point. He was mentioning that this was going to be a tough one. Coming in with the angles, staying on the ledge just long enough, and he put it all together. He's got 10 seconds. He's going to fly through the end here on the skateboard. Good balance. Nice pull. Hit the buzzer, hit the buzzer! Yes, you got it! Nice work from Zach. Strong finish right at the end. 3:27.54, and he only had 3:30 on the clock. That is so close. Great job. Wonderful. We are going to take a quick look at that leaderboard. The top three have full clears, and it just came down to time. That was fantastic. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this wave. That was the preteen male, young adult male, and, oh no, I'm sorry, not young adult male, preteen male, adult male, and masters male. We are done with this wave. We will be back for the next wave at... We'll be back with the teen and young adult male on the stream, starting their speed course runs at 1:20, and we will see you then. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get awards going for these incredible athletes, and we'll catch you on the next stream. Thanks for tuning in.